Finals day, finals time! Get excited! I'm really excited for today. This is gonna be good. Alright, time to explain how today will be organized, how we're going to do things. 2 matches remain in this entire tournament. Started with 16 players, went through group stage, and we're now at the final stage for the bronze match and the final. Unlike any earlier matches, even the semi-finals, we will now be playing best 2 out of 3, so someone has to win twice to claim the victory in that matchup. The final was always going to be in Stargazer Coliseum, so when, I think it was somewhere during round 2, we decided, hey, we're going to make the final best 2 out of 3, they're just all going to be in Stargazer Coliseum. The bronze match, I hadn't really thought much about, I just randomized one thing for it. But then, I think during the semi-final stream somewhere, I realized, wait a second, that's 3 matches, and that isn't necessarily a set thing. It's not set to Stargazer like the finals is, so there's actually 3 randomized Coliseums for that. I have randomized 3 Coliseums. Now, let me know in the chat if you think we will actually see Magma Coliseum today. Because that's the only one we haven't seen. Also, I guess this only works if we have 3 matches in both bronze match and in the final. If you have 3 matches in both, and one of the 3 in the in the match for third, so in the bronze match, is Main Street Coliseum. Main Street Coliseum will have appeared in exactly... No, it's if it appears twice. Then it'll have appeared for exactly a quarter. So up until the semi-finals, Main Street Coliseum appeared exactly in 1 in every 4 matches, on average. 2 matches remain, aka 4 minutes. What do you mean 4 minutes? Magma when? Well, we may see Magma, we may never see Magma. Let's see who's all here. Akko here. One of the finalists with Scorp here. Darrad's here as well. Alright. Darrad, one of our 2 trainers in the bronze match. Shafaba's here. 4 minimum. Oh, okay, yeah. That is indeed true. 4 matches minimum. If they're both 2-0. Also, what I'm going to do with both the bronze match and the final is I'm going to swap who is on the left and who is on the right between every match. So, for example, Akko versus Matt in the final, it'll be Akko on the left, Matt on the right. The second match will be Matt and then Akko, and then it'll be Akko versus Matt again with the third one come up. Third battle in third place match will be Magma and Akko will troll us. Yeah, but I don't know that there will even be a third. What if I could have chosen Magma for the third one, but then we never get to the third one because someone wins both matches before it, and so we never play it. Darrad, do you have any comments to hope to boost the confidence of your team that they will win the bronze match today? Any final words to increase your chances at finding good moves that aren't Explosion and Prayer Song? Although Prayer Song might actually be good. Splash. Splash is generally not good, although I suppose it's better than a few moves. Are there any questions or things you want to say before we get started? Because otherwise I think I think it's time to get started. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the bronze match. The Pokemon Battle Revolution Metronome Tournament is nearly at its end. And today we play for bronze. For third place. In a best 2 out of 3 match. Between two great competitors. The first one, well, we select Sunny Park Coliseum to start off. The first one is the winner from Group C. Someone who went undefeated in that group, made it through the quarterfinal, but lost in the semi-final to finalist Ako. I am, of course, talking about Darrad. Let's not go there, Ako. I know it's a joke, but still. Darrad is right here. Very strong team. Typings definitely in their favor. Lots of resistances. Full of resistances. Steel types with many resistances. Now, Darrad's opponent. Someone who also won their group, in this case Group B, which was also the group that I was in. She did suffer one loss in there, but was able to get that victory with 6 points over the 4, 4, and 3 of the others in that group. With a themed team using only evolutions, she's here to fight for bronze. I am talking about Kimono. Darrad already saying my Bronzo is a traitor. Yeah, that's I think it was your Sableye that could have been so amazingly powerful and dangerous. But that was undone by Bronzong's Parasong. Let's hope that doesn't happen. Best 2 out of 3, so even if you have bad luck the first time, you might still win the other 2. Keep using the same order of Pokemon as we've done in the entire tournament. So we'll see the same matchup at the start, in this case Gengar Giratina versus Vaporeon and Jolteon, at least twice, a third time, if it is 1-1 after the first 2 matches. Let's get this show on the road. Darrad versus Kimono. Fight! Yeah, feel free to put your predictions in the chat. Who do you think will win this match? Who do you think will win the total matchup? How do you think it'll go? Some predictions for moves. Feel free to put anything in the chat. Here we go. Gengar Giratina, Vaporeon, and Jolteon.
The once peaceful air is now turning thick with tension at the appearance of such intense.
This one's exciting. This is for bronze. The third place. Ako predicts 2-1 winner Kimono. Scorpio thinks it'll be 2-1 for Darrad. I missed what move that was, but it said doesn't affect it, so does it work on ghosts? Although it might have been a ground move. I don't remember. Which move was it? I missed what move Jolteon used. Was it the thing where I could say the line, or was it a ground move for Levitate?
It's being ganged up on.
What move was it? I totally missed the first move. That's just something I definitely should be paying attention to, but I was looking at predictions in the chat, and I just missed it. Power swap already, well there's no attack moves yet.
The air in the Coliseum is tense.
Well, maybe it doesn't work on ghosts? Although it might have been a levitate thing. Popo has some big damage on it. Kimono wants a better second turn. Attack order, that's a strong move. But not necessarily on ghosts. And also not on ghost poisons. Powder Snow. Not that strong, but it hits both for a bit of damage. See if we got a freeze. 10% chance, I want to say. Just Giratina. Brave Bird. Resisted, but still pretty big damage.
But this is not a favorable matchup.
Some recoil, so there's damage on every Pokemon now. We'll get that first KO. Let's see what Vaporeon can do. Gets Pursuit. Super effective, but Vaporeon's physically not that strong. And Giratina's a definite tank, so that's not that much damage. If you purely look at the base stat total, Giratina has the advantage here. In terms of typing, potentially Gengar due to its extra extra immunity with Levitate. Has because only hits twice, and I think it's still only 10 power in this game instead of the 25 for later. Mega Horn. Special attackers using the physical moves. Use special moves. Would have been more Cotton Spore, lowering the speed of the thing that was going last anyway. Just want to make sure. Now, if that Brave Bird was on Vaporeon, that could have very well been a KO. Worry Seed. Ah, that might have been really nice on Gengar, because that would have sure made Gengar not be able to fall asleep, but then Rest wouldn't have worked, but more importantly, Levitate wouldn't have been in effect again, and you could super effectively hit it with a ground move. Doesn't work on Ghost! I was gonna say, that has a 10% chance to miss, but as long as that doesn't happen, they're both Ghosts. So I knew I could very likely say it. Ember, you don't need that big moves to take a Vaporeon, but you want to hit normal effective and with a bigger move. Ah, superpower, yeah, that's what I said, normal effective, bigger move.
Devastated by superpower.
Yeah, I knew I could say it. I was ready for it. I would have been really disappointed if that missed. Giratina's attack and defense drop. The first KO is on the cards. Darrad takes the lead. Here comes Boosty. Boosty, who actually is featured on the thumbnail for the second semi-final match. Sure, Ember could have burned it, but I don't think it would have been enough to take it out that turn. The turn after it would have been. I remember the thumbnail I had for semi-final 1, that was Akko's Rayquaza using Dragon Pulse, but I used the screenshot right before the Dragon Pulse came up, so it said Akko's Snack, which is Rayquaza's name, used, and then I put semi-final 1 right below it. I did a similar thing for the second semi-final, where the Flareon used a move. I don't remember exactly which move it was, but it was Kimono's Boost used semi-final 2. That video went up earlier today to make sure all of the tournament videos were up before we started Bronze. And the final. Jolteon using the bug moves because it's like, oh, I normally couldn't pin missile, I can use attack order and leech life. That thing 4 times resists bug. Also use special moves, Jolteon. Gengar with Morning Sun, healing off all that damage that it's taken. Back to full health. Giratina now gonna use special moves after that attack drop. No, it's gonna put Jolteon to sleep. That's good. That's good for Darrad. Alright, time for Boosty's first move. Boosty with Light Screen. That's nice.
Well, both corners still have a chance to win this. What kind of developments can we expect to see next? Jolteon won't wake up.
Gengar with Uproar, so we won't be seeing any sleeping things for a couple of turns. Unless you learn for semi-final 2, that can take between, was it 4 and 7 turns? And I think it was either 6 or 7 turns from the Leafeon in that match. Here comes Comet Punch. Not that much damage, but it hits 3 times for something decent. Flareon again. Magnet Rise. Okay, giving itself an immunity.
Jolteon woke up.
Jolteon did wake up. And I think that's because of Uproar, but it only happens right at the end. Because I think if Uproar would have been used before Jolteon attacked, then Jolteon may have been able to attack. But because Jolteon went before Gengar, that didn't apply.
Anticipation of the trainer's next move.
Yeah, if a sleeping Pokemon that doesn't have soundproof would make a move, it's woken up immediately before using its move. And otherwise, at the end of each turn, including the turn users, the user calms down. The sleep is undone. So the sleep powder in the end stopped one move, but Uproar then woke it up again. Can Jolteon make use of it? Jolteon wants to go back to sleep. Doesn't work, and Gengar's trying to punish Jolteon for it. It would have been nice, Jolteon, but not under Uproar. Acid Armor, boosting that defense, so instead of -1, it's now +1 in the physical defense. Still -1 in attack for Giratina. Flareon setting up both screens. Light Screen and Reflect. Kimono can't complain about that. Good setup. We'll take a lot less damage. Question is if Uproar will be enough if it hits Jolteon. Jolteon first gets a move though. Defog. Oh, it's the evasive Giratina, so it'll be easier to hit it. Gengar with Uproar, but that's on Flareon. Critical hit, which does ignore Light Screen. We learned that it doesn't ignore a burn attack drop. Ooh, Dark Void there. But Uproar is active, so Kimono's very happy about it. Otherwise, both of her Pokemon could have fallen asleep. Stockpile for Boosty, playing the defensive game. Light Screen, Reflect, and then Stockpile. Both defenses are up. Gengar calmed down, so it was only a short Uproar. Oh, it's 2 to 5 turns. What was 4 to 7 then? Was that Torment? Some move like that. Jolteon can use Rest now. Uses Lock On. You want a good move next turn to actually be able to make use of it. And hit Gengar with it. Ah, the other move that clears entry hazards. The one that does work on Ghost. The one that isn't Rapid Spin. Yep. Interestingly, while Giratina gets KO on Jolteon, giving Darrad a 6-4 lead. Interestingly, I believe in Generation 4, I think even in Platinum, Brick Break, a fighting move, doesn't work on Ghosts. But if Darrad would have Reflector Light Screen up, something that Brick Break normally gets rid of, the Brick Break animation will play, there will be an attack, there won't be damage, but the screens will go away. I want to say that in later generations that's not the case, although I don't remember exactly. Luster Purge is a psychic move. It is Latios's signature move, with Mist Ball being Latios's. I think it's 80 power psychic, both of them, with Luster Purge having a chance to lower special defense and Mist Ball having a chance to lower special attack. Fire Spin from Gengar. Doesn't work a Flash Fire! We got another one! Flash Fire immunity! To fire! Ooh, Dark Pulse! But it's on a Dark type, with high special defense. See if Kimono can come back. She has some good defense, especially on Flareon. Okay, Mist. Mist actually goes away with Defog as well, even though you don't really notice it, and it barely ever applies. But Mist is actually gone right up with Defog. Flamethrower from the Fire type on the thing that doesn't resist it. Major damage there. Alright, the Electromagnetism does work off, so ground moves could hit Flareon, but that's a very big move for Kimono. Well done, Flareon. And that's something that's been setting up defenses, giving itself an immunity for 5 turns, which unfortunately didn't really apply. Helping its team. Ooh, Natural Gift. I'm not sure how strong Natural Gift is, but its Level Berries is probably not that strong. I'll check in just a moment. Here goes Mega Drain. Still not that much damage. It's a critical hit though, so it's a bit more. Doing some decent HP to Giratina, who's still at high health. Let's see if Flareon can get a KO. Lightning Rod, Voltage or Water Absorb. Yeah, we've seen Water Absorb as well. Water Absorb has definitely been a thing. Really helped in I want to say either Misty's first or second match where her Quagsire got hit really hard and then got hit by Waters twice in a row. Ooh, there we go. Gengar's down. Umbreon putting in some work after Flareon really weakened it. Nice teamwork from the two. Fleck does wear off, so their defenses are gone. Let's see what Darrad's Lucario can do.
Lucario is sent out. Well, both corners still have a
Flareon, another Flamethrower, perhaps? Flamethrower on that same slot. Let's see, Natural Gift, Lepa Berry is a 60 power fighting move.
The trainers haven't
60 power fighting move. Giratina goes first. Aerial Ace. It doesn't have that great attack. Remember from Superpower quite a few turns ago, when I took out Vaporeon, it still has that attack drop. Lucario's next also uses Mist. Pretty sure Mist stops any kind of attack drops. It's like Sand Attack. Doesn't work on Steels! Trying Sucker Punch. Doesn't work because she didn't go first, but I don't think Sucker Punch can work at all in a Metronome battle because it's not the first move used, because technically the first move used is Metronome. That can be big. I know it's with lowered attack and it's on a Pokemon with high defenses, but Rollout doubles in power every turn. So 3, maybe 4 turns on with the attack drop and the defenses of Umbreon. Might be 4 turns before it's taken out, and then there's only 1 rollout turn left for whatever comes in after, which is... I think Leafeon comes before Glaceon. Alright, Gastro Acid nullifying Lucario's ability. Heart Swap. So... Giratina just lost its attack drop, making rollout stronger, but Umbreon got the defense boost, because remember, it had 1 defense drop from Superpower, but then gained 2 from Acid Armor. So it's a -1 of attack on Umbreon, the +1 defense, but remember there was an evasiveness drop on Giratina, which is now on Umbreon, which means rollout is going to hit, no question. If it's only only Metro, Sucker Punch doesn't work, but if you have actual attack, Sucker Punch can connect, yes. Vice Grip. Yeah, only a little bit more damage was needed for Flareon. It survived a bit longer thanks to Stockpile. Lucario ends it. A bit more damage. I actually wonder if that keeps doubling, will Giratina need the 5th hit to take out Umbreon? I see Wind. Super effective for Giratina, not very effective against Lucario. It's a little bit of damage against Giratina, and they are both slowed. No, actually, they're not, because Mist. I was going to say that going first might be really nice for Kimono, but Mist on the other side prevents that. Leafeon is out. Score is 5-3, and Unity's already weakened, and we know there's more rollouts coming. The question is how many rollouts are needed to take out Umbreon. Leafeon's first. Thunder Punch. Giratina taking a lot of hits there. Staying alive. Using rollouts. Oh, that might just be a 4-hit KO. which will mean that the 5th rollout will be straight into Glaceon and take it out. Doom Desire looks like it was aimed at Leafeon, but I don't think you can really tell. Fine Whip, that's not that great from Umbreon. Kimono needs more, or it'll be a 1-0 lead in matches for Darrad. Just a couple more turns. Leafeon, can you help Umbreon? Karate Chop, that is super effective on Lucario, and Leafeon is good at physical attack. It's specialized in defense, but physical attack is its best set. After that rollout is enough to hit Umbreon. Oh, good question. There's been a couple of 4-0s. Has there ever been a 5-0? Let's see, we get a 4-0 in round 2. We had we had 3 4-0s in round 3. No, we've not had a 5-0. Interestingly, we've also never had a 6-0 except in the exhibition match. I don't think I ever uploaded them. I don't think I ever uploaded the exhibition matches, but Scorpio won 6-0 in an exhibition match against me. And then neither of us ended up making it through to the quarterfinals, but yeah, that happened to Scorpio. Alright, no evasiveness drop on Glaceon like we had with Umbreon, so there is a 10% chance that rollout misses. But it could very well be a very early 2v1 scenario. Revenge! That doesn't work on Ghosts. That would have been really nice against Lucario, but if Leafeon could come back from this, if Leafeon can come back from this, bulk up, just boosting its stats, getting ready for what Leafeon might throw at it. More Karate Chop, Revenges, 0.0001% chance. Well, it's gonna get hit by the Doom Desire. So 1/3 of its health under it. Almost at a 5th. Aura Sphere. Ha! Use the fighting move again, but goes away from the physical defense boost on Lucario. Hits it with a special move, with its own move in a sense. Like, it's not a signature move anymore, but it's known for it. For sure, she might finish it. It doesn't. And with that KO on Lucario, it's certain not to be a 5-0 win. Who has a 4-0 win? Akko had a 4-0 win. Van Grans had one against Kimono, actually. So Kimono's already lost 4-0 once. It was their only loss so far this tournament. Darrad has already won 4-0 before. That was round 3, and Matt has done that as well.
The trainers haven't given their orders yet.
Wait, so only Akko wasn't involved in a 4-0 victory? Whether it was won or lost. More fighting moves, but they don't work on Ghosts! We should just make Leafeon Park fighting. Ooh, Camouflage. It might actually work on Ghosts now. It's a grass type. Metronome from Sableye. It has one move. I was about to say it's the only move it'll need to use. Interestingly, Sableye actually stays in the match now. It was the quarterfinals? Main Street? Yeah, quarterfinals where it was sent in after a whirlwind, but in that same turn it got whirlwinded out. Sableye was in there for 5 seconds, maybe. Leafeon, what will you do? Boost your attack. I guess you might as well, considering you'll need a lot of stats to even make it through this. You need super luck. I'm not talking about the ability, although getting some critical hits would be nice. Giratina Rock Slide.
Rock slide tumble.
And that's enough. This isn't over for the match for bronze, because as I did say, it is a best 2 out of 3 match. But the 1-0 in matches
Battle has ended.
goes to
Blue
Darrad.
corner has won the game.
1-0 to Darrad, so we're gonna change up our rules, see if we can go back. Yes, we can choose a Coliseum. Ooh, what Coliseum are we going to? Because this might be the final chance for Magma. I randomized Crystal Coliseum. I randomized Crystal. But I'm gonna go to Magma anyway because I want to see it once. I want to make sure we see Magma, so we're gonna do Magma. Executive decision from the boss. We're gonna go to Magma Coliseum. I need Magma Coliseum. So if I remember, then we're gonna make the thumbnail is gonna be in Magma Coliseum. Or it's not, to keep it a surprise. I'll figure that out when I'm editing. Alright, same match, same order of Pokemon. Kimono's gonna be on the left this time, and Darrad on the right. It was a very short match, like 21 something minutes. But even though I was thinking about the timer right before the match ended, I never actually clicked the timer. So that's a question mark for the first match. Kimono has to win this one to stay in with a chance. If Darrad wins this match, Darrad has the bronze medal. Bronze match, match 2. Kimono versus Darrad. Begin. Magma Coliseum, finally, yay.
The Pokemon have appeared, and not even the Magma's heat can stop them.
Not even the Magma's heat can stop them. I was hoping for that line.
Now, the battle begins.
I started my timer. I start my timer also doesn't work on ghosts. I paid attention to Jolteon's first move this time. Looks like Charizard versus Magma, know what I mean? Yep. Yeah, that gym battle. That was a really cool gym battle. I start my timer the moment you start seeing the zoom in on the Coliseum. Like, after team selection, the screen goes black for a few seconds. The moment it starts showing the Coliseum, that's when I start my timer. And then I stop it the moment it shows winner on one of the player screens.
The air in the Coliseum is tense. Jolteon
Transform! Jolteon saw how well Giratina did. It survived throughout the entire match last time. Jolteon just wants to be Giratina.
multiple hits. It keeps dealing damage.
Would have been ironic if Gengar used that move on Jolteon, who is now a Giratina. Continuous bug moves and now also on a ghost to resist it. Yawn is used on the fake Giratina though, so that thing's gonna fall asleep next turn. Feel free to use your own timing, Scorpio. This is just what I decided to use. Aeroblast! Ooh, that's Lugia's signature move. No Lugia in this match, but we will be seeing a Lugia in the final. Because there is a Lugia on Matt's team. Gengar Metronome.
Gengar uses its move.
Power Swap. don't think either of them had attack changes. There's been other stat changes already, but not attack. Or special attack. What are you gonna do before you fall asleep again? Fire Blast on the Gengar. Big move. Nice job, fake Giratina. Nature Power in this Coliseum, that's Rock Slide. Which misses on at least one of them. It misses on both of them. Your final Pokemon is Lugia? Must have forgotten then. Okay, there is a Lugia. Toxic Spikes.
Jolteon dozes off.
Toxic Spikes can be pretty big. Doom desired neutral damage in this generation.
The air in the Coliseum is tense.
It says Lucario, Sableye, Bronzong, Lugia. Toxic Spikes is nice, but I think we've seen Toxic Spikes used against Darrad once before, like the quarterfinal, maybe around 3. And then I thought, oh, it's going to be big, but Lucario's Steel, Bronzong's Steel and Levitates. Lugia's Flying, the only one that's going to be affected by it is Sableye. The only other Pokemon on the team that's potentially going to get affected by it is Giratina. But Giratina's already out at the start, so unless it gets roared or whirlwinded out, it's not going to be affected by it. And potentially, if Gravity is in effect, then Lugia and Gengar, if it switch out and switch back in, might be affected. Eruption's a big move, especially considering we're on a volcano. But resisted by both. Jolteon making use of its new typing, resisting a lot, and also just the fact that it's a tank. A lot better defensive stats than it would have normally. Slightly lower speed, but in general, its base stats went up.
Gengar starts to attack.
Hey Gengar! You should have known! That doesn't work in Ghosts! Tail Glow from Giratina.
Special attack roll.
That's Full Beats move. I'm pretty sure Manaphy learned... Actually, Manaphy might learn it in Gen 4 as well. Not that many more. That's 2 stages up. Tail Glow is Full Beats move. Full Beats move in Gen 3. Manaphy is a Pokemon that could learn it in Gen 4, I think, as well. Or a bit later. Prior to Gen 4 signature move of Full Beats, Manaphy learns it from Gen 4 onwards, because that's when it was introduced. And then Xurkitree gets it as well. Once it was introduced in Gen 7. Well, yeah, we have seen a Taunt, so Akko, you predicted we see something like Taunt. Here we go. That means Giratina for a couple of turns. Won't be able to use Metronome. We're not allowed to switch. Between 3 and 5 turns, it will be affected by Taunt. Gengar Rock Polish making itself faster. It is already the fastest thing out there. Giratina with struggle. That's going to deal a quarter of its own health of damage, and Vaporeon was healed up now. Vaporeon doesn't take that much. That's big damage on Giratina. I mean, well, fake Giratina is still asleep, but it might wake up soon. Vaporeon with Twister. But Gengar dodges the move, and so did Giratina, because I think there was a Mud Slap off of Popo turn 1. That's why that missed. So not a huge turn, but there's struggle. Oh no! We didn't just see Taunt! Darrad countered with the best move. If Darrad can keep Gengar alive, they have third right here. It's not on the most tanky Pokemon, so it's possible, but Gengar's a decent HP. It's not the most defensive Pokemon. I think Kimono will be happy at this point that Jolteon is still asleep. It'll want to keep it asleep, unless they use Struggle to target Gengar, in which case that's amazing. If it wakes up, Kimono wants to see the fake Giratina hate Gengar. So we're going to see 3 Pokemon struggle, assuming fake Giratina wakes up. There's Gengar. Is it going to take out itself and help? He's gonna get stuck in a pedal dance, but that's super effective.
It's a direct hit.
Hits hard to Vaporeon. Darrad was like, I heard you disable my Giratina, here's a payback. Yep. Vaporeon just surviving that struggle, so Vaporeon's gonna take itself out. But in doing so, if it targets the Giratina, takes the Giratina out. I probably would have still liked to hit Gengar though. To get rid of the Imprison. Giratina would have probably taken itself out the turn after. Probably. Because now the thing that's sent in can just attack again, and it'll only be Kimono's Pokemon that can't move. Kimono's only loss this tournament before today was to Imprison against Van Grants in round 3. There is struggle, and it is on Gengar. If that happens again next turn, that might be the end of Imprison. Because I think that was just over half of what Gengar had left. Kimono needs another one of that, or should be very far behind, and it'll be hard to catch back up. I would say Booster use Flamethrower, but it can't. Imprison is active, as we learned earlier in the tournament. As long as the user of Imprison, Gengar in this case, stays on the field, Imprison is permanent. It will not go away. Here's Gengar with more Petal Dance on that same slot. Resisted now. Does it get confused? I think it gets confused at the end of the turn. It's just like Outrage. Lucario gets to move and uses Meteor Mash and Fake Giratina. That's Stab. And that's another Pokemon gone. It only got to hit itself through struggle once. Not even a chance for the Fake Giratina to hit Gengar. Flareon does. No, Flareon doesn't. It hits the Lucario. And with Flareon's high attack, it's Flareon's the evolution that specializes in physical attack. Flareon could have probably taken out Gengar right there. We're going to see one more Petal Dance from Gengar, which isn't the worst move it could do, but it is a strong one. Kimono can be glad Flareon resists it, but they really need to hit the Gengar. Lucario using Growth, improving its special attack stat. Here comes Struggle. That is on Gengar. Is it enough? Not quite. We need one more hit. Umbreon isn't good at physical attack, so any other evolution can finish it off. But Flareon aims at the Lucario again. Oh, Kimono will be getting more worried by the second, because not only is Gengar still alive, although it is confused now. It could take itself out through confusion. Even if it hits itself in confusion when it goes first, no move was able to be selected, so struggle will still occur this turn. Which means Flareon will be taking itself out. But will Gengar go down through either struggle or confusion? Oh, Kimono gets even more worried. Gengar doesn't hit itself. X-Ays are super effective on Umbreon. The big moves from the Gengar. This isn't looking good. Lucario changing its type. It's now a normal type. Umbreon, though, finishes the Gengar and gives Kimono a chance.
It couldn't take it. It's down.
But Darrad still leaves 5-4, and in a few seconds it's going to be a 5-3. If Flareon for the third turn in a row hits Lucario, so Lucario's taking quite a lot of damage, almost 3/4 of its health. But Flareon's down.
Unbelievable. The Pokemon that just used the move went down.
5-3, and one of Darrad's Pokemon is at 1/4 of its health. But so is one of Kimono's Pokemon. Kimono's 5th. Leafeon was the final Pokemon last time. Here comes Sableye. Does get poisoned, so that's good. The only thing in the Darrad team that can get poisoned, so Kimono will probably want to hit the Lucario first. Or at least more. More fighting moves on Lucario. For that. Better to use the poison move on something that resists it to something that isn't affected by it. Didn't get to say a line again. Crush Claw, that's a pretty big move. Doesn't make use of the special attack boost that Lucario has, but still decent. If you're making use of its good physical defense. Now Umbreon, they can actually attack now. Brine. Decent water move. The same strength as Bubble Beam. And would Sableye have been below half its max health, that would have actually doubled in power and that would have finished it off. Psych up on Eternal, so it's Leafeon. But Leafeon didn't have any stat changes, so that doesn't matter. That doesn't change anything. And neither did Sableye. I'd say that was a good move for a good turn for Kimono. Sableye got hit hard, and with poison also affecting it. That was nice, but Kimono needs to keep this up. Leafeon, Synthesis! Increasing its health back to full. That's good. Stalling right now isn't too bad considering Sableye's poison, but Sleep Powder... I don't think Sleep Synchronized works with Sleep. It's just Paralysis, Burn, and Poison. So no sleeping Lucario. Meanwhile, Sableye decides to get faster. Might want to hit quickly though, literally, because it doesn't have that many turns to stay there due to the poison. Toxic Spike showing its worth, even if it's just on one Pokemon. If Toxic Spikes would have affected more of Darrad's Pokemon, then Kimono would have had a lot more chance to claw this back. Safeguard, that would have been really nice last time, because I'm pretty sure Safeguard protection things like Sleep Powder. Flamethrower, that's on Leafeon. With the special attack boost, that's Leafeon gone. I don't think, no, Freeze I don't think it's passed either. I think the things that make you, like, certainly unable to move, between brackets, because you can still, like, between quotation marks, because you can still wake up from sleep. But when asleep for the full turn, you can't attack. When frozen for the entire turn, you can't attack. When paralyzed for the entire turn, you still have a high chance of being able to attack. So I think that's sort of a way you can remember it. I think it's only the listed ones. I think they're officially called the non-volatile ones. I call them primary status conditions. Confusion's the only non-primary status condition that is actually cleared by something like Lumberry. So it acts a bit differently. But I don't think Synchronize is affected by Explosion by Synchronize. Glaceon was on the field for one turn last time, due to that 5th turn rollout from Giratina. It'll need to stay there for a lot longer if Glaceon wants to give Kimono a chance. 4-2 and Sableye moves first. Meditate, improving its attack.
Its attack rose.
Ice only has one resistance, being to ice, so in that sense it's not the best. Offensively can do some pretty good things. Oh, there goes a special attack boost from Lucario to Umbreon. Umbreon can't really make use of it, but at least Lucario is a bit weaker. And basically skip its turn. Kimono will be happy with it. Howl, improving the physical attack of Glaceon. Yeah, it's not a great physical attack, but I guess if physical moves are called, you'd want to use it on Lucario. If you're gonna do what Leafeon tried last time at the end of the match, hit Lucario with a fighting move. Take out Lucario. Sableye will take itself out through poison. Well, not really take itself out, but it'll go down to the poison from the Toxic Spikes that were set up earlier. You'd still need a 2v2 fight against the final two of Darrad, and they're no slouch. I wonder if Sableye and Lucario can finish this, then in 2 matches in a row, we haven't seen Bronzong or Lugia. Like, I know if there's a big win, it's very likely that the final Pokemon of the final few won't be seen. But are we actually going to see Bronzong or even Lugia? Lucario decides to fly with its aura. Thunder! 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 Baton Pass doesn't work. Nothing to switch into. Unity. Might as well just hit Thunder. Sheer cold. Sheer cold on a volcano. Doesn't quite work. We don't know who it was aimed at. Sableye goes down to poison. So 3-2. Actually, what was the win earlier. Was it 4-0? I think it was 4-0 last time. No, didn't actually write that one down. Yeah, because we never saw Bronzong or Lugia. So it must have been. Alright, here comes Bronzong. 3 Pokemon left for Darrad, but they're still at the advantage. Around the same HP in terms of percentages. Unity a bit lower than Lucario. But there's a certain legendary Lugia that's still in the weights. And here comes Fly. Just running through the air on Aura. Glaceon, you have one big challenge. You have a lot to do. Slack off. No healing yet, Glaceon. Ah. Metronome Bronzong, Magic Coat, so if something like Will-O-Wisp is used on it, it's just bounced straight back.
Well, both corners still have a chance to win this. What kind of developments can we expect to see next?
Lucario. Sonic Boom, 20 damage. Reflect, I guess it could be useful. I don't think it's that useful. Like, it could survive with it, and therefore it's good. But it wants offensive boost. It wants Sword Stance. It wants Dragon Dance. It needs to be offensive. Pain Split. I think they have about the same HP. Yeah, I think I saw the difference of 2 in favor of Bronzong. With a bit lower HP now. Snow Point. I guess it gained a bit of HP back, and Bronzong lost a bit, so... Kimono will be happy with it. Gained a bit of HP, Bronzong lost a bit of HP, and they didn't really hit her. Foresight. Not too useful. Curse. More defensive boost, but it's also an attack boost. And it had Howl from before. So, would Glaceon, so a Pokemon that is specialized in special attack, just like Espeon does, could it go for something else? Ooh, here's Blaze Kick, but there's a defense boost and a Reflect. And that helps it survive it very well. Doesn't get burned either. You think Glaceon wouldn't do too well in a Volcano, but it's holding out. It's holding out, but for how long? Minimize. Lucario boosting its evasiveness. What can Snow Point do against these Steel types? Charge. But are you going to use Volt Tackle next turn? Special defense boost. That's a stat boost. Now, okay, now put in... Now, Ingrain or Aqua Ring. And then I feel like that's useful, what you just did. Water Spout. Luckily, Bronzong's not that offensive, and it's also... not at full HP, although it is near. That charge boost did come into play there. Did help Glaceon take a bit less damage, but it needs to attack. Cut. It's only a small amount with a defense boost. And Reflect there. Critical hit would have done way more, but Kimono just can't handle that. Are we going to see an offensive move from Glaceon? We see Spark. And that was a turn after Charge. First turn we've seen Charge into an electric move. Seen Charge like 4 or 5 times or something. First time it actually is followed by an electric, so that's double power. Plus the attack boost. Rock Slide. That defense boost is really needed now. Wow. I said you don't need the defense boost, Snow Point, but being hit by Blaze Kick and Rock Slide. I take it back. It was necessary. But what's going to happen now? Lucario. Every move can finish at Sweet Kiss. Sweet Kiss can make it hit itself. 50% chance every turn. As later generations it becomes 1 in 3 chance. Now it's a 1 in 2. I think that's Gen 6 or 7 onwards. Bronzong, another super effective move to finish it. You've had 3 big moves. Here comes the 4th with Leaf Storm. And Bronze match is over. Bronzong held back in the first match. Not being sent out. 4 big moves in a row. Blaze Kick, Water Spout, Rock Slide, Leaf Storm. Darrad wins again. 3-0 this time in 22-26. And therefore takes the game. Hey, Paul, good spot. Welcome to the stream. Hello, good to see you. It's a nice surprise to see you here. All right, and because Darrad did win that match as well, we won't be going to a third, because even if Kimono wins that one, that's it. Like, Kimono can't claw it back. It's best 2 out of 3, even if she wins the third. That's it. So if this happens in the final, 2-0 will end it. Let's enter that score in the bracket. If you're in the Pokemon Tournament Discord server, the bracket is there as well. Actually, I'll just put it in the Discord chat in just a second. 4-0 and 3-0. Need to put it in correctly because there's multiple sets. Darrad with the victory for third. It'll show on the bracket that Darrad won 2-0 but that's because there's multiple matches. And now what we've waited for, yeah. And now the question for me is, how am I going to introduce it? Because I'm still not 100% sure. I think I do it partially in improvisation, partially I think I have a decent idea. And then just add some fancy editing. That's the only real fancy editing I'm going to do. For the YouTube videos popping in. I hope you're having I am having definitely a nice Friday, watching racing earlier today. And now the tournament finals of my tournament that I've been doing for the past, was it 2.5 weeks or so? Doing the bronze match in the final today. And then continuing with a different game, Pokemon Infinite Fusion, for a little bit after we're done with the finals. So really excited about that. It's a good day. I've been feeling really good the past week. Having a lot of fun with games, with streams, a lot of interactivity. I feel a good amount of viewers. My average views have been very good over the past few streams. The tournaments definitely brought a lot of people in. So I'm very excited about that. Is Matt here or not? I'll message him again. He's offline on Discord. I remember in the semifinals he came in right about his match got to like second or third turn. I sent him a message saying his match will start in a few minutes. If he doesn't show up, then unfortunately he doesn't, but he can then always watch it. You can always watch it when it hits YouTube. All things select here, keep it up. I'm gonna do my very best. Now, before we do start the finals, I'm gonna give you a little bit of a break. Not necessarily for like toilet break or food break or anything like that, because I have a special idea of something I want to do. And for that I need a few minutes to set this up. So I'm gonna put it on the Be Right Back screen. And in about 5 minutes, I'll be back with a surprise for the final. I came up with this last night, and I remember just before we started the stream, so you'll really enjoy it. It's gonna be real fun. You'll need the prep time. Good luck. I don't need too much luck, I think, but thank you anyway.